Good morning, all of you. In today's session, we are going to discuss with the 10th standard chemistry and physics, series number 5 of unit 4, refraction of light at curved surfaces. Earlier, we discussed about the series number 1, 2, 3, 4 of this unit. And apart from this unit 1, 2, 3, unit 5 also available, completely detailed discussion available on the channel called the World of Competitive Chemistry. This kind of discussion will fetching you towards to attend the board examination of this 10th standard. So, and all the concepts are clearly mentioned, including chemistry and physics both. Let us enter into our today's concept, series number 5 of unit 4, where we are going to derive the relation for one daily life activity. So in continuation to our previous derivation, so in the previous derivation, we got the equation N1 by PO plus N2 by PI is equal to N2 minus NI, N2 minus N1 by PC. This is the equation we drawn, right? So this is purely drawn based on the equation called Snell's law, right? So this is the equation number 4. Here, some of the parameters are clearly mentioned here. PO denotes what? From the pole point to O point. O is nothing but object. So this is known as the distance of the object, which is denoted with the term called U, right? Then from the pole point to I is nothing but image point. So this distance is called the image distance, which is denoted with Pi in simplified form, which is mentioned as a V. Okay, then PC. What is PC? From the pole point to center of curvature, this distance is measured as a R, which is called the radius of curvature, right? U is nothing but object distance, V is the image distance, R is the radius of the curvature. Let us introduce these terms in this equation, right? So PO is nothing but PO. So PO is denoted with, so already we know the sign conventions. So inside the medium, all the parameters are mentioned with the positive. Outside the circumference, that will be denoted with the negative sign convention. So PO is denoted with minus U. PI is denoted with V. Pi is nothing but image distance, that is V, and PC is nothing but radius of the curvature. Let us introduce these terms in this. Now it will become N2. What is N2? N2 is nothing but refractive index in the denser medium. N1 is a refractive index in the rarer medium, right? So N2 by Pi. N2 by Pi is nothing but Pi means V, right? N2 by V minus N1 by PO. So here, actually the value will be positive. When we are going to introduce negative U, that's why here sign convention is inversed. That is denoted with minus N1 by U. So minus N1 by U. So N2 by V minus N1 by U is equal to, what's the equation remaining? N2 minus N1 by PC. What is PC? PC is equal to R, right? Radius of the curvature. So that it can be replaced with R. Then N2 minus V by is minus N1 by U is equal to N2 minus N1 by R. So this is the another equation we got. This is the finalized, concised equation, right? So equation number 5 it will be. So I'm going to repeat one more time. N2 by V minus N1 by U is equal to N2 minus N1 by R. This is the derivation of equation for refraction of the light on the curved surface. So N2 means refractive index in the denser medium. N1 is the refractive index in the rarer medium. V is the image distance. U is the object distance. R is the radius of curvature. This is the finalized equation what we got after the entire derivation part, right? So this can be extended further. This equation can be extended further. Already we know that this equation can be purely applied to curved surfaces. Just now we observed the lemon which is present inside of the glass, right? So where curved surface is there. Now you can apply even for plane surface. In case of plane surface, the equation can be extended like that. N2 by V minus N1 by U is equal to 0. The equation will be N2 by V minus N1 by U is equal to 0. So if such is the condition, what happens? We have to take this negative term towards the right hand side. Now it will become N2 by V is equal to N1 by U. This is the relation which drawn from just now derived the equation N2 by V minus N1 by U is equal to N2 minus N1 by R. So for plane surface, equation can be concised into this entire term of right hand side becomes 0, so that n2 by v minus n1 by u is equal to 0. Now you can take this negative term towards right hand side being it is 0, so that n2 by v is equal to n1 by u, right? So this is the finalized equation, extended equation for plane surface. So plane surface, because what could be the reason for this? Why this entire term of right hand side became 0? The reason is, and this formula also used for planed surface. In the case of planed surface, radius of curvature approaches infinity. Radius of curvature approaches infinity. When the value is infinity, 1 by infinity always will be 0. So any parameter 1 by 0 or any parameter by 0 or into 0, that entire term, why the term will become 0. What's the reason? In case of plane surface, radius of curvature value will reaches infinity. So infinite distance it will reach. Because of that reason, 1 by infinity, nothing but 1 by r only, right? So because r is the infinity value. So 1 by r value will become 0 if any parameter by 0 will become entire value 0. That's the reason why the equation can be concised in this manner. This is the extension for the derivation for planed surfaces. For in the case of curved surfaces, the equation will be n2 by v minus n1 by u is equal to n2 minus n1 by r. In case of plane surfaces, the equation is n2 by v is equal to n1 by u, right? So this is the derivation part. And one of the important point to be noted, that will be the distance u and v are measured from the plane of interface. Here in the diagram, you can observe two kind of rays which are originated from the object. One is traveling in the straight forward direction with respect to the pole point and even with respect to the principal axis. And another light ray which is originated is moving in the direction used to create the angle called theta. But in order to measure the distance of object and distance of image, always we are going to carry the parameters on the plane surface rather than angled one. So on this plane surface only, you are going to measure the values of this PO as well as PI. So these values are measured on this flat surface instead of this angled one. So that is the point to be noted. Right. Now we entered into the example. Just now we got the theoretical derivation part that is going to be implemented in the daily life application. How it can be, let us see. The bird flies down vertically towards the water surface for fish inside the water. Vertically below the bird will appear. So here, what the condition? The bird is traveling in the sky. It is moving towards the water. So slowly it is traveling down towards the water surface. Where the bird is there, exactly at the same point of view, you can find the fish inside of the water. Now, fish is watching the bird. In the point of view of the fish, how the bird will appear. When fish is watching the bird, how bird will be appeared, that kind of relation we have to draw here, right? So in order to explain this, I got the answer from this topper. So they gave two choices, means the two inferences from this question. So for this question, two inferences were drawn. One is the bird looks like a larger one. So the bird looks like a larger one, and what is the position of that bird? So that should be visualized away from its original position. For example, from the fish to bird, the distance is 5 centimeters. So when fish is watching, it will be appeared still far away. It may appear, it may visualize at 8. That is the virtual one. That is not the real one. Its image will be appeared far away, somewhat away from that one. So that is farther away from the actual distance. That is the first inference drawn. And the second is moving faster. It assumes that it is moving faster when compared to the actual one, right? So what is the speed of bird? That when compared to the speed of bird, the fish is assuming that it is still faster than its original speed. These two inferences drawn from the question what we are getting here. What's the question here? The bird is coming towards the water. So slowly when it is coming towards the water, at the same position we are having We are finding fish inside the water. Now fish is watching the bird. What are the inferences this fish able to draw? This bird appears away than its original position is the first thing, and the second is it is moving very faster way when compared to its original speed, right? These two assumptions this fish is able to make. What's the reason for that one? In order to get that, we have the extension. That means we have the application of just to derive the equation. What equation we drawn? If mu is the relative refractive index, mu means relative refractive index in the denser medium. Here you can find bird is present in the air. This is a rarer medium. Fish is there in the denser medium, that is water. So two different mediums are there. When this fish is watching, what happens? Light is passing from denser medium to lighter medium, right? So real height by apparent height. Real height of the bird by apparent height of the bird can be taken. That is taken as 1 by mu, right? Thus, when we are taking the relation mu2 by v is equal to mu1 by omega. So what's the relation drawn? Mu2 by v is equal to mu1 by omega. So this is the relation drawn in accordance with the earlier derived equation. So let us assume the actual distance from this fish to bird will be x. X is nothing but height of the bird above the water for light traveling from the bird to fish. Exact distance from the fish to bird will be x, right? So here, this is an equation just now we discussed, which is given from this topper. Then mu2 by v is equal to mu1 by omega. Mu1 value is taken as 1 and mu2 is taken as mu only. So omega value will be minus x. Sign convention values already we know how to change the sign of the parameter what we are taking for, right? So let us put out all the values in this equation. It will be represented as mu2 will become mu and v will not be changed, so that mu by v is equal to, here mu1 value will be 1, right? So that 1 by omega value is taken as x and sign will be minus, so that this entire term will become minus. So mu by v is equal to minus 1 by x. So here, if we want to get the image distance, what's the question? What is the image distance with respect to this fish? Image distance will become minus mu x. So here it is taken as mod v is equal to mu x. That will be always greater than x. X is nothing but the distance, object distance. X is nothing but object distance. The value will be always mu x value. Mu x is nothing but image distance. This will be always greater when compared to actual distance, right? So it will be appeared farther away. This is the first inference we drawn in accordance with this distance between the bird and the fish. This is purely based on refraction of light. And second is about speed of the bird. Let us assume speed of the bird is taken as x. Apparent speed of the bird is equal to mod v. That is given by mu x. Mod v is given by mu x. So here it will be moving so faster when compared to, it is moving so faster when compared to actual speed, it assumes. So that is the second assumption. First assumption is it is farther height when compared to original one, and the second is it is moving with the higher speed when compared to its original speed. These two inferences drawn from this equation. What's the equation? Mu2 by v is equal to mu1 by omega. So if we substitute all the values of these parameters, the equation can be concised into mu by v is equal to 1 minus 1 by x. Now v is nothing but image distance is equal to minus mu x. So that will be farther. So that will be far away with respect to original one. Then mod v is taken as, mod v is nothing but speed. So this is the distance. Now we turned into a speed that is given by mu x. So mu x always greater than x. X is denoted as a speed of the bird. So when compared to its original speed, it is appearing like a faster one. This is the solution which is given by the topper. Thank you for this giving the information. Now let us go with the textbook. Which one is correct? 4 options are given: farther away from the actual distance, closer than the actual distance, moving faster than the actual speed, moving slower than the actual speed. So just now we got 2 inferences. One is A, second is C. That means which is appearing far away when compared to original place and moving with a faster speed compared to original speed. So this is the position of bird, this is the position of fish. Okay, fish is there in the denser medium, bird is there in the lighter medium, and when this bird is observing the fish, when fish is observing the bird, what could be the position and speed, right? So in order to get that, we have the solution here. Just now we derived the equation n2 by v is equal to n1 by u. This is for plane surface, the equation, right? n2 by v is equal to n1 by u. Let us introduce x. X is nothing but height of the bird from the fish. Exact distance between the fish to object. Here, what is the object? Bird is the object. So fish to bird, the distance is taken as x, and this fish to image. So actually, appearing image distance, that is taken as y, right? So here n1 value will become 1. That is the refractive index of one medium. N2 is nothing but refractive index of any other medium, that is taken as n. U is equal to minus x and v is equal to minus y. Now let us substitute in this equation n2 by v is equal to n1 by u. N2 value will be n, so n by, then v, what is v value? Minus y. N by minus y is equal to n1. N1 is 1 by u is equal to minus x. So n by minus y is equal to 1 by minus x. So when we take all these, from this what is required? What is the height of the image is required? That is taken as y is equal to n into x. So it's very clear that x is the height of the bird. It can be multiplied with some other parameter. What does it mean? It means that there is a increase in the height, because some term, that may be 2, that may be 4, that whatever the magnitude, what happens when compared to the actual height, you are going to multiply with something so that it will be higher. So this is an inference drawn, which is called the height will be farther, right? And one more conclusion is speed. That speed taken by taking the mode of this one, so that x will become speed. So here, again it will be multiplied with the n term, so it will become somewhat higher when compared to its original speed. So let us see the conclusion of this experiment, what we drawn. In the above equation, we know that n will be the greater than 1. Obviously, just now we discussed that may be 2, that may be 4, whatever it may be, but not exactly 1, more than 1 only, right? So if it is more than 1, what happens? Always y is greater than x. For example, you are taking 2 into x, that means 2 folds higher value of x when compared to y. So 2 folds higher value of y when compared to x, because we are multiplying, right? So that n value will be always greater than 1 only. So here always y value, that means image appears to be a longer distance and faster in nature. Thus, bird appears in the farther away when compared to the actual distance. We have assumed that bird is flying vertically down with a constant speed. For the observer, when observer is there on the ground, because when observer is there on the ground, he is in a lighter medium only. Bird is also in the lighter medium. You will see the actual speed of that bird. But where the fish is there inside the water. That is the denser medium, right? So that refraction of light is possible. It is not exactly represented as the same position. It will be appeared like a moving with a faster speed because of refraction of light. For the observer when present on the ground, so it will be very clear. So there is no change in the distance and even no change in the speed. But fish is present in the water, and distance traveled by the bird will be assumed to be y again. That y will be again greater when compared to x. That's the reason why speed will be appear to be a faster when compared to its actual speed, so that you can draw the conclusions A and C are the correct parameters. Okay, so by this we completed this session. So I think this discussion will helpful for your preparation. Thank you very much for your patience listening. Thank you one and all.